In this lesson we're going to look at the phenomena of dispersion. So let's imagine that we have a glass prism here and we have a ray of light that's incident on the prism at that point there, for example, and we remember that in order to determine the angle of incidence we use a construction line called the normal, and the normal is always at 90 degrees to the surface at the point where the ray is incident on that surface. So this is the normal. So we have a beam of white light, but we remember that white light is really made up of a whole range of different colours, and this is known as the visible spectrum. Now, as we move down the visible spectrum from red to violet, what happens is that the wavelength of the light decreases. So violet light has a smaller wavelength than red light, while the frequency of the light increases. So the frequency of violet light is greater than that of red light. Now the frequency of the light affects the way it interacts with the medium as it passes through it. So for example, violet light interacts more with the glass medium than red light. As a result of that, the violet light slows down more than the red light. And we remember from the previous lesson that it is precisely this slowing down of the light that causes it to change direction. That causes the refraction of the light. So as a result, when white light is incident on the surface of this prism, let's write in the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction will in fact be different for each of these colours. We'll find that the red light is refracted least by the prism because it interacts less and slows down less, whereas the violet light is refracted more by the prism because it interacts more and therefore slows down more. Let's draw what happens. As a result of that, the white light is split as it is refracted by the prism. The low frequency light, that's the red light, is refracted less, while the higher frequency light, that's the violet, interacts more, slows down more, and is refracted more by the prism. Now this effect by which the different colours of light are refracted by greater or lesser amounts is known as dispersion.